Okay, welcome back to the Longview PD On Air podcast. I'm going to introduce my favorite co-host, Carrie Higginbotham.
Hey, how you doing, folks? No big deal. I'm just the favorite co-host.
Ridiculous.
And I'm going to introduce the second place, which actually makes you last, just so we're clear. This is Ryan Rocket.
That's me. Hello.
And, you know, first going last because it's the one you need to leave with. We got Michaela Vaughn here as the host of the Longview PD On Air podcast.
Thank you. So today for our episode, we have two of our newest officers on the podcast, and they're going to talk a little bit about what it's like to go through the academy and then field training and then what it's like to be on the other side and now be an officer. So we're going to let them introduce themselves.
My name is Reed Peace. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Timpson, Texas, originally. Alexis?
Alexia Baines. I'm 29, and I'm from Cold Spring.
Spring, Texas.
Cold Spring, Texas.
Not coal like for a fire.
No, like coal. It's cold in here.
Where is that?
You know the cheer.
Where is that?
About 20 minutes from Sam Houston University.
Oh, okay. Where did you say you're from?
Well, I'm from Timpson, Texas. It's down by Nacogdoches area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So, what brought y'all to East Texas? Or Longview, sorry. Sorry.
Well, she wasn't in East Texas.
I wasn't in East
She was
Yeah.
in deep.
So I was, like I said, I grew up in Timpson, and Longview was kind of always the place to go. It's like an hour and 15 minutes from here. So
Okay.
pretty much you have to come to Longview to buy groceries or do anything.
Oh,
It's
man.
like the backwoods down there.
Bro, oh my gosh, babe, we forgot milk. I'll be back in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it felt.
Because a whole Sunday, sweetie.
For me, I never heard of Longview. I'm not going to lie. I never heard of it. Heard of Toddler, but I've never heard of Longview until I met Grace Coleman. So she told me about you guys, and I came up here.
So how'd you meet? We're talking about Grace. How'd you meet her? Grace?
At Planet Fitness. I worked at Planet Fitness for 3 years as a GM. She was working out, and then one day I was talking about the police academy. She's like, "Girl, come here, come here."
So Grace was a beat partner of mine when she worked here. She is an outstanding person. Truly one of the best people I've ever met in my whole life. Love her to death.
Huge heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool. So why law enforcement? Like, what was the pull for? Let's go with you first, Miss Baines. What got you into law enforcement? Obviously, Grace got you aimed towards Longview, but what was the original draw to be a police officer?
Well, for me, most of my family was on the opposite side of the fence. So most of my family was in jail. And I was like, I'm not going down that path. I'm going to choose my own path. So I want to see how it felt to be on this side.
How did your family feel when they kind of found out that Alexis is going this direction?
Well, most of my family didn't believe me until I was like, hey, I'm leaving. But my family is very supportive. My sister is actually following my footsteps, so I'm kind of excited about
Oh,
that.
wow.
Is she coming up here?
She's coming to Longview.
That's what
That's
I'm talking about.
awesome.
She's coming to Longview.
Yes.
So she still have a few more years, but she's coming to Longview.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
So, Mr. Peace, what about you?
So really exact opposite of her. I pretty much knew I was going to be a police officer my whole life. I think when I was like 3 years old, I was watching Andy Griffith, and then it was Walker, Texas Ranger, and then it just never ended until pretty much I got here and then started.
So, how bad was the disappointment when you got here and you found out you don't get like a jacked up Dodge truck and some jeans that you can ninja kick people in?
Yeah, you know, I'm still working on that. I'm gonna try to get
All right.
those. Yeah,
We're going to
find
start
out.
that unit.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
start
yeah.
that unit. Yeah,
The Western unit.
yeah.
Yeah.
They wear cowboy hats.
Yeah, we're all going to go to CD's Bar and Grill after the
right.
day is over
Yeah.
with. Yeah, that's going to be fantastic.
So, is there anything specifically about Longview that drew you guys in?
Spill the tea? What did Grace say about us?
Honestly, she didn't talk about Longview itself. She talked about the people.
Really?
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. That's cool.
Man, I miss Grace.
So the people. Peace.
So TJ Magnus, he is a physical evidence guy that works here. He was the one who kind of got me pointed to Longview. He once again said it was just great people, here. Great department to work for. It's just a very professional place, and it's gotten better even since then. So,
Oh, wow.
He's a fun guy.
yeah, totally.
So how do you know him?
So I grew up going to church with him whenever
Yeah.
we were kids.
That's cool. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, yes.
So reflecting back on what y'all were both told from other people who had worked here and who currently work here, what are your thoughts as you look back on that? Does everything seem to be accurate? Good, better, bad, worse?
I would say a little bit better. I think you have to kind of live it and do it for a while to actually see kind of what they're talking about. But it's absolutely true.
I agree.
So when you got hired, right, at for our listeners that don't know, when you get hired for Longview, we send you through an academy. We used to use another academy. Now Longview PD has a police academy internally. When you were fixing to start that, what were your thoughts moving into that?
I would say
Alexis is laughing over here.
I think her answer's going to be better.
Okay, so the fun thing about me and Peace is that we actually did every step
Yep.
together.
Every step.
What does that mean?
So when we had our,
Our first interview, I think.
the first interview, even our fitness test and our written test, we had that part together.
Oh.
Every step was like, oh, I know you.
Yeah.
You're the same guy from last time.
Yeah, exactly. Glad to see you made it this far again. Every
So
time.
it was nice seeing somebody making those same steps as you made. It's like, okay, we got this. I'm feeling it now. But getting inside of the academy was amazing. It's like, I'm almost there. 17 weeks, but I'm almost there. It's one step closer. So it was pretty good. I loved it.
Go ahead.
Go hit it.
No, I was going to say it is pretty cool to have somebody that you grow up with at the department, right? And there's the two of us. We started at the same. So he started about 6 months before I did.
Maybe. Yeah.
He got hired 6 months before me. He finished the academy as I was starting the academy, and so we're right there in line with each other. But I mean, we grew up in the department together for all intents and purposes. I mean, everything that we learned at the same time. We worked together when we were out of field training, and I don't know. I understand exactly what you're talking about. It's nice having that. I don't know, that other person that is extremely familiar with the same situation and circumstances that you're going through to be there with you along your side, by your side for long. When did y'all start the academy?
July.
It was July, June.
No, it was July.
Yeah, that's when I met y'all the
So
first
Almost
time.
the 10th.
Almost
'Cause y'all were-
one of the J months.
Y'all were like baby cadets, right?
Yeah.
Like just started. The class that I taught was a week and a half long, and it was probably the second class you had.
The second or third.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's cool from my perspective to see y'all at the very beginning of the actual learning process, and then seeing where you are now after completing all of that and everything that you went through to get to where you are currently. I don't know, it's pretty cool to me.
Yeah, it was cool going from doing some video of y'all doing all the training and now seeing you guys actually out in the field. It's pretty cool to me too.
Who
So-
was beating who?
Oh, that's the question.
Ooh.
That look on her face said it wasn't even a competition.
It wasn't a competition.
Oh.
Not saying.
Oh, you
Let's
say
go.
that.
Hold on. Hold on.
He's disagreeing.
Whoa,
here.
whoa. Pump the brakes.
We're talking about running.
I mean, we're just talking about everything.
Everything. Life's a competition, right?
I don't know. We both suck at running, I think.
Yeah.
So,
You can have
we
that
suck
one.
together.
You can have
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Straight up, like I'll speak for both of us.
yeah. No.
The problem I have is I'm built for feed, not for speed.
Understand.
I'm a little pillowy these days. I got a lot of layers of dormant muscle. How about that?
Dormant muscle.
It's
Like it.
stacked on.
Well, no, honestly, it was pretty cool. I think the only competition we had was who was the tallest. That was probably it. Just depends on what shoes you wore that day.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Y'all definitely didn't win that.
No.
That was it.
No, I don't think so.
Oh man.
So thinking back on the academy, what would y'all say was the hardest part of the academy?
Take your time.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. That's
Like it's so
you know,
long
as far
ago.
as just like mentally, I would say getting pepper sprayed. That was one of those. I'm not sure if we'll make it through this or not. You know, that and CS gas. CS gas was worse for me personally.
CS was worse than pepper spray for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Both of you?
I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe with the pepper spray either, but
I could breathe. I was just
how do you
burning
catch
and
your
breathing.
breath?
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
I still could breathe.
Yeah.
But
Well, you got the blast, right?
I got the pepper blaster. You got the spray.
I got the spray.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing fun about pepper spray.
What about academically?
That's hard to say.
Yeah, because I want to say our whole class finished with A's. So
Right.
not the flex on our class, but
You know, I think I remember like transportation code kind of being hard for some of us just because all the laws, you know, just piled on top of each other. It's not really either you know it or you don't. You know, whereas like penal code and some of the other classes, there's just more things to learn and familiarize yourself with.
Yeah. There's a lot on that. Just that one rules of the road chapter. That thing is long as crap.
Yeah.
There's so many rules on the road.
well, for me, I think with me it was more of anxiety when it's time to take tests.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll agree with that for her.
Yeah.
You were probably the most stressed out person when it came test time in the academy that I have ever seen in a classroom.
Yeah.
So that brings up a good point. In the academy, how many chances do you get if you fail a test?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never failed one, so I can't answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
No big deal. Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
But in that case, how many? You get to fail one, you get to redo it.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
that's
after that,
You're out.
That's it.
gone. I remember when we were in the academy, we were meeting up just to study, I think 2 or 3 nights a week with my group. I don't want to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's academically intensive. Yeah, it really is. A lot of people think that police work is just getting out and about the physical part, right? But they don't think about all the stuff that you have to learn to become a cop. And I mean, there's so much stuff. If you think about just the laws in the state of Texas alone, we've got an entire book that's bigger than any book I ever had to deal with in high school, college, any of that stuff. I mean, it is a huge book full of laws. And there's a point where we're expected to know the vast majority of what's inside that book.
Yeah.
And it is very academically intensive.
So that was the hardest part. What did you guys enjoy most about the academy?
I would say driving.
I was going to say driving.
Ooh,
Driving,
okay.
For sure.
Driving.
For sure.
Driving was
Somebody
fun.
hands you a car and they're like, look, all we need you to do is drive it fast and don't wreck.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you wreck, it's going to be okay.
Yeah. But if you do wreck, it is the oldest unit we have. So thank you. Yeah, pretty much.
Where did y'all do the driving portion at?
So we did it at Lear Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was,
we had it set up out there a little. I guess it was an obstacle course that they had, and you go through like 3 different little courses that they have set up, and you get graded on how many cones you hit, how many cones you don't hit, all the things. So
Did you see most of the cones?
No.
you just hit them. You see them in the mirrors.
You feel them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ba-boom.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
a little stormy outside.
I believe.
So on the driving thing, you're timed, right? You have to do it at a certain time, and then is it like it adds time with every cone you hit or something like that?
Yes, yes.
Oh man,
Oh, it sounds like we need to put Michaela through the
I don't think we
driving.
do.
Oh,
No.
you
exactly.
should
Also,
do
here
it.
I
You should
like.
do it.
So Brandon did the GoPro videos of you guys doing the driving stuff. I missed that day because I was at some other training, but yeah, all the video and stuff was with that it was really cool. So I was kind of sad I missed that, but hopefully I'll be here for the next Academy's driving stuff. But
Yep, she's doing it.
I was sad I missed that day.
You
Yeah.
should do it. It was fun.
Is there anything that you didn't know prior to going into the Academy that you wish you had known?
Like if you met somebody who was fixing to go to the academy tomorrow, what would be like, two things that you would tell them to help them succeed?
Only 2?
Oh, however many you
However
got.
many you want
Right,
to say.
yeah.
I would say be organized. Just be ready to learn so much information. I mean, it's just like drinking from a water hose. I mean, you're going to get it all. So.
Yeah.
Take one day at a time. Take one test at a time. And go from there. Do not try to force yourself to try to learn everything in 1 week because they're not requiring you to learn it. Take one chapter at a time and don't give up on yourself.
Anything else that like one of those simple things that you wish somebody had said, like, oh, hey, by the way, this will help save you a little bit of trouble or whatever.
Gosh, I don't know.
Be on time.
Yeah,
Be on
yeah,
time.
absolutely. Be on
Yeah.
time. You will
Remember-
pay if you,
You
don't.
pay if you're late.
Yep.
Yeah. You are a team. So what happens is one person affects the whole team.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that you brought that up. I'm big on. I treat everybody on midnights like this is a team. If you win, we all win.
Mm-hmm.
If you lose, we've all lost. Right. That team thing is a big deal because it only takes one of us to lose face in front of the community, and they don't see that like it was Carrie. They just see that it was a Longview police officer. They don't care who you are at that moment when
Right.
you screw up because it's a reflection on all of us. We are a team. That's a phenomenal piece of advice. So after all the academy, it was, what'd you say, 17, 18 weeks?
17.
Then it's the last big test.
Oh yeah.
How was that?
Horrible.
Oh no.
We all passed.
We all passed, but we were all stressing. I mean, just, do you know it all? Well, we're about to see.
Oh man.
So, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
The test told you, think again, because you don't know it.
Right.
The test told you what?
Think again, because you don't know it.
Oh, it made you second guess
Yes.
yourself on every question?
Every question. I got to question number 7. I want to say I started praying. Oh, thank you, God, for this opportunity. I will see you tomorrow when we retake this test.
Oh, man. It's like, so my wife she's finishing her degree in nursing. And it's when I've tried to help her study, the questions always seem to read like, of the following correct answers, which is most correct?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yes.
That's how it's all worded. Every single test seems like.
Oh my God, I could not do that. Mm. So, wait, how long is the TCOL test? Or like, how long did it take y'all?
Oh, I can't remember that.
Ooh.
A couple of hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't say an hour or two for sure. I forgot how many questions it was, but I know
It's
it
a
took
bunch.
Us,
I know
it's
that.
a whole bunch, right?
What
It's
is it,
all of them.
250?
Good
Yes,
Is it
that's it.
250?
250. Yeah.
250?
And I think you got 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's one of those either you know it or you don't. It's one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baptism by fire.
Right.
Oh man. Okay, you want to move into field training?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about field training. How many weeks is field training?
It's 17 weeks as well.
17. Okay.
All right. So what happens? So after the state test, walk us through what happens after that.
So after the state test, obviously either you pass or you don't. So if you pass, you graduate the academy, and then you start pre-commissioning here at Longview. And what that is like a couple weeks that Longview PD they let you take some other classes that it more shows you how the department takes certain routes on things, talking about financial planning, just other things like that. And yeah.
All right. So and tell me if I'm describing this incorrectly. So we go from the academy, this is how the state expects police officers to do the job.
Right.
And then even, I guess, macro to micro in pre-commissioning, you learn like that's how the state wants you to be police. And this is how our community expects us
Exactly.
to police here in the city of Longview specifically.
Right.
So that's 3 weeks. And to your point, there's some classes in there about officer wellness, just to go over like some mental health stuff,
Right.
some financial planning stuff. What else is covered in pre-commissioning?
I know we got a class over our body cams and our in-car cameras.
I know you got that.
And then, yeah,
Yeah.
you did the body cam. What else? There's-
Any big ones that in pre-commissioning you liked? Anything like that?
I think the financial planning was the best one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
I'm older, but younger at that age, 21, 22, getting that information, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. All right. So pre-commissioning is completed. Then what happens?
So basically, you get was it, you get sworn in? No, you get sworn in after right after the academy, pretty much, and then that's whenever you have pre-commissioning, and then so basically you get all your gear and all the things you're going to need for the streets, and they give you your assignment for your first phase of FTO.
So you're given a list of these are the people that are going to be my training officers.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
How much sleep did y'all get before that first day?
I don't think I slept too good.
Yeah,
I think
can't
I was
remember.
up a while. Yeah.
So my first day, I've told the story before, but it's funny because I got to briefing. I started on evenings, and my training officer walks up to me. He goes, "Hey," I introduced myself, and he goes, "Well, are you ready?" And I looked at him. I said, "I just want you to know, over the past 2 weeks, I've watched every episode of CSI Miami. I think I've got this." And his jaw just dropped. And I was like, "I'm just kidding. I don't know anything. Let's do this." And like years later, he came up to me. We were talking about that, and he goes, "Dude, I was so terrified that you were." He's like, "I didn't know what to think. You saying that? You look so serious."
That's hilarious.
Don't do that, because I caught a lot of crap for that for the next 17 weeks. So when you met your FTO, like you walk out to the car and you're kind of like, "Oh my gosh, this is real."
Yes. That's the reaction. This is it. I made it.
So
Almost.
almost.
Right. Yeah. It's really just starting over, but yeah. Right.
That is exactly what it feels like.
Yeah.
Because so the point of FTO is to take the knowledge that you've learned in the academy, right, and then understand how to practically apply it on the streets. And I remember the first week, I was just like, I don't even know what am I doing? Like, I have no clue what's going on here. Is that how did y'all feel that first couple of days riding in that car and seeing all the stuff that you learned applied?
So for me, first phase, I had Benny Cooks on Wheels Down South. And to see how he does things was amazing to me. I was like, oh, that's why we do this. Okay, that makes sense. This is why we park like this. Okay, this is why we approach like this. Okay, everything is starting to catch up. It's catching on. Everything's making sense. It was amazing for me.
So my first phase, I had Michael Hunt. We were in Beat 40 on midnights. We worked 10 to 6. And we focused a lot on traffic stops. We focused a lot on just hitting the hotels, the motels in that area, and just really being proactive in that area. And it was a blast. I mean, I can honestly say I miss it, and I hope I can go back to Beat 40 one day on midnights just so we can do what we did then.
Was that a hint? Are we throwing hints out like that?
Other people have done it.
Oh, okay.
You can, yeah.
You didn't hear that?
You trying to
Okay.
come to midnights?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Wait, what?
I like my sleep. I love you, but I love my sleep too.
I can appreciate that.
What shift were you on for your first phase?
First phase, I was on evenings,
Okay.
so that 2 to 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Benny Cook, it's like you don't ever go to a place that Benny doesn't know it.
Oh my
Yeah.
How
God.
does he
So
know everyone?
I had Benny in for phase 3, and I felt like at least a quarter of the shift he was talking to people. I mean, just he knows literally everyone, and you hear that from other officers that you work with, and they'll tell you he knows everybody. Yeah, he just knows quite a few people. No, he knows everyone.
Everyone.
It is for real.
And it's funny because what I took away from that in the beginning is that there's a few officers that just like have that reputation. They just know everybody. And then you see the value of it when you start going to these calls, because it's not like, hey, let me talk to a police officer. Like, no, I want Officer Cooks.
Yep.
Yes.
He's going to help me. He's going to solve my problem. And you kind of in real time see like, this is what community policing looks like.
Right.
Yes.
That's
These
him.
folks aren't calling the cops. They're calling the cop they know. I'm calling this guy.
Right.
He's going to help me. It's really cool. I was blessed to be able to be in the same beat with Benny and Officer Duffy. And I don't remember going to a call
Yep.
where they didn't know everybody that was there.
Right.
And they were just
Absolutely.
on a first name basis, and they were happy to see us. It was really neat.
Yep.
Yeah. So if anybody get hooks for any one of their phases, have stickers. Because
Yes.
the kids will attack you.
Oh, the
Kids
kids.
come-
Stickers.
They come from
They want the
everywhere.
stickers.
They come from every direction. They know him. They want to talk to him. they know his car.
That's awesome.
I don't even understand that because our cars all look the same.
They all look the same, yeah.
But they know his car.
That's awesome.
That's pretty great. So, how is field training? Walk me through the structure of field training. How does it work? How do you progress?
So for most trainees, I know this is how it was for me. I don't think it was like this for you and a couple others, but you basically get 5 weeks on each shift, and then you have 2 weeks for your ghost phase. So I had 5 weeks of midnights. I had 5 weeks of evenings, 5 weeks of days, and then 2 weeks of ghosts. You go back to whatever you originally started with. And basically you get to see literally how all 3 officers do it on the streets. And you see their ways, what to learn. You make the little mistakes to try to get it ironed out so it's better in the end.
Okay.
So I got lucky, I'll say.
Yeah.
I had evenings, days, and then days.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Every
So I
time.
didn't have to
She
experience
never went to
the
midnights.
midnights.
Knock on wood.
That's why you don't want to go to midnight. You've been spoiled.
Right.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little. But for me, whatever your FTO tells you, whatever any officer tell you that have been here, whatever they say in it for a reason. Even if it might hurt your feelings, put your feelings in your back pocket. Because what they telling you can save your life.
I agree.
Be willing to accept the criticism and move on. Take it, keep it, move on.
That is great advice.
That's really
because
good advice.
Oftentimes we see that, and I think this goes back to why it's very important to always talk about the why. I think I talked to y'all about this in one of those classes, is like, when time and opportunity allows, always want you to know the why. Because if you understand why we're doing it, then your life experience, the unique experiences that you've had, you can apply those to the why, and now that why becomes yours. We're doing it the right way. We're doing it the Longview Police Department way, but I get to make it my own through the experiences that I have, because we've all got different and unique experiences, right? I don't know nothing about Houston except the traffic is terrible. Right. But the things that you've learned throughout life as you grew up down there, that those actually do have an application here. And why is it that you guys, why do we have you go to 3 different FTOs?
Well, with me, I learned something different from each one of them. Everybody's going to do something different, but it's still going to be underneath Longview and what we value and what we represent.
Exactly.
So you learn different steps of how you want to do things. You take what you want to do and you roll out after you pass your ghost phase, what you actually want to do. It's a lot of things from lemon to Redmond to cooks that I take now and I do now on the streets. But all of them have benefited me in so many positive ways.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think I can say the same thing. I had, like I said, Hunt, Pittis, and Benny, and I definitely took away from all 3 of them. I mean, they are just phenomenal FTOs.
So they all do the same job. They all do it the right way, but
Right.
they each do it a way that's innate into them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the values, I think, of the way that that's kind of a national model for the way that FTO programs go. But I didn't understand the point of it. I was just in my head when I started. I was like, well, just let me ride with the same guy because I know what he expects. I know what he wants me to do. But
Right.
that it's hard to see what you get shorted on if we do that
Right.
way until you can look at it from that perspective of experience.
So, Peace, can you talk a little bit about the differences that you saw between all 3 shifts, like midnight and then days and evenings?
Yeah, so like I said, midnights, we had calls, but our call load was a lot lower, so we could be proactive out making traffic stops, subject stops, patrolling our local hotels and things like that. Evening shift is complete opposite. Your call load that's when all the calls are coming out. I mean, you'll have 3 or 4 huge calls going on all at once, and you're going from one end of the city to the next in 15 minutes, and you never know what's going to come over the radio. Day shift, it's kind of a mixture of both, I would say. I think things here just don't really pick up until 1 or 2 o'clock, but whenever it picks up, it doesn't end until 5 or 6. So, but it's nonstop.
So 17 weeks of field training. What would you say was the hardest part of that 17 weeks?
Ooh.
I would say probably right in the middle, right in the dead middle of the 17 weeks. You're just wondering, is it going to get better? You look at the things that you are struggling with, say DWIs, for instance. If you're having troubles with SFSTs, you're trying to get better, but you continue to make just little mistakes here and there. You're learning, but at that same time, you have to just continue to do them to get better and better. And it's kind of hard to have patience with that during that time.
Yeah, so stop me if I'm wrong here, but I think what you're talking about is that during that field training process, there's somebody standing over you, like writing down every single mistake you make on every call you go to. And by writing it down, they're literally like, memorializing it in your, what is it? What do they call it at the end of the
DOR?
DOR.
What's that stand for? Daily observation.
Daily review.
Yeah. So on that, they talk about all the calls you went to, and they just write down every mistake you make, right?
Right.
Yes.
And that happens for 17 weeks.
Yes.
It's kind of a booger. It's a psychological, just like attack. You're like, wow, the bad column, the things that I've messed up on is far longer than the good column.
Right.
When does this balance out?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. It was, every FTO is different. But I definitely appreciate them taking out the time to actually tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I'm doing right. Don't tell me what I'm doing right. Just mess me up. Stop me when I'm messing up. That's what I liked. So it was pretty nice.
Okay, so on the other side of that, what was some of your favorite parts of FTO? Driving.
I love to drive. Getting the okay to go to a call. We got to get there. Versus slow down just a little bit, be caution, have a little caution. So I say the driving, taking the lead when they let you go a little bit, you got this, go for it. That was like the best feeling for me because it's like, okay, they believe in me. Oh, I'm ready. So that was a good feeling for me.
Yeah, so I'd probably say the same thing. But also just for me, traffic stops were my favorite part. I mean, I truly enjoy traffic stops, getting out there and visiting with people, talking to them. I mean, it's my favorite part of the job for sure.
Okay. At what point, how long was it before y'all each got to start driving?
I think mine was day 3.
Mine was day 3 as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. When you had to go to that first code 3 call with lights and sirens, what was that like?
It was amazing. I was ready. Let's go.
I think I was ready, but I mean, it was a pretty scary call, and thankfully it had a good ending to it, thankfully, because it didn't sound like it from what we were hearing.
Yeah.
But we were very blessed to go home that night and everything went good. But yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, that first one.
Yeah.
It's definitely interesting. Final thoughts on FTO.
It's completely different than the academy. Completely different. Again, whatever somebody tell you, listen, take notes. You should be doing a self-evaluation on yourself. Not just your FTO doing one on you. You should be doing one on yourself. Because it might be small things that you see and you recognize from yourself that you do not like. And you need to go ahead and change those habits. Anything that's bad, do not make it a habit. Because it's going to affect you in the long run.
It's very, very deep. I like it. Boy, she threw you out to the wolves on the.
I'm telling you.
Hey, give us something better than that, please.
Right, yeah. I'm going to steal what she said earlier. I'm going to say, don't give up on yourself, kind of like she said. There are going to be some times, there will be the time where it comes and you're like, man, I don't know if I can go any farther. To keep pushing and keep driving, and to just continue to try and learn and just have a positive attitude through it all. That's how you get through it.
Another thing is, as far as the people you have in the academy, y'all been together for 17 weeks. Lean on your peers, because it's few weeks where I cannot tell you that one of the people have called me every day of that week. Just want to talk about your day. We all going through different things. Just talk talk it out. Because it might be something that somebody tell you that could benefit you.
Right. Absolutely.
They're giving us really good advice. I like this.
I know. We should have hired you a long time ago.
On the Cold Spring, I would have been there.
I don't even know where it is. So, that last day of Ghost, what was what'd you come out of that? Like, did you come out feeling like a champ? Like, let's go.
Absolutely. It was like winning the World Series, I would say. It was just like, oh, I couldn't believe it for a minute. I mean, it is, you walk out of the parking lot that day on the very last shift, and you're just like, I made it. I mean, it is absolutely that feeling.
I had mixed feelings.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm by myself now. Oh, oh,
for
okay,
sure.
this is on me now. This is all on me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like, I did this. I made it through. Oh,
I can't believe it's over.
yes. Okay, it's time to be the real police.
Right.
So going through it, it seems like this is taking forever. And then that day you get into the car and put the keys in, start it up, and you look over and there's nobody in that shotgun seat, and you're like, well, that happened really quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that first day?
It's different. Yeah. You have the radio and you have the computer in the car, but there's no one else. It is you, and you're going, handling your calls, making your traffic stops. It is very different. I think I actually asked my FTO where we were going to get coffee. I looked over there and he wasn't there. I was like, oh my God.
I can get coffee wherever
I want. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the feeling. Realizing nobody is right there beside you. Like, who do I talk to now?
Yep. It will hit you. It will.
Yeah. So, how long have you been riding solo now?
For 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
I think we're on our second or third week.
I think we're on a 4.
Time gets away. Third or four,
yeah.
3 or 4 weeks.
3 or 4. Yeah.
And what is it?
What's it like to be a real cop? Sorry.
Yeah. It is definitely, I would say, is definitely worth it. Like I said, going through FTO, there's going to be some trying times, but whenever you do get out on your own, you're handling calls and traffic stops by yourself, and it's like, wow, this is the dream. This is absolutely what I signed up for. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. It's like you get that new walk, that new step, the new level of confidence.
Yeah.
Once you get on your own. And it's like, this is it. It's only me. I represent myself. I represent this department. I'm not going to make anyone embarrassed of any one of them.
Absolutely.
So it's nice.
And what are your did you get a chance to talk to your family, and they've seen, like, you know, the good days, the bad days that you've had
Yes.
going through this process, you know, because I think what most people don't realize is that first day to last day, you know, it's almost a year long that it takes to go from zero to hero, you know, as it was. But what is your family, you know, what's their thoughts been?
You know, they're just like, it's overall just an outstanding program. They also see it, why Longview does it a certain way. You know, during those trying times also, you know, they're struggling too. They don't like to see you down on yourself or anything like that. But later on, they're like, I see why it was like that now. And you're just like, yeah, you know, it's reassuring. It's nice to see, nice to be able to talk to them, and they can see through the whole process. And they're just very excited, you know.
Yeah, definitely have that cheerleader in your pocket that's gonna make sure that you're gonna keep going. That friend that's gonna listen to you, because you need to depend on somebody. Don't just hold everything in. It's okay to talk about it.
Absolutely.
And the more you talk about it, the more you're gonna understand it, the better you're gonna feel.
Yeah, those growing pains. Pain shared is pain divided, right?
Yeah.
You gotta let it go. Well, what are some final thoughts? Like, let me ask you this, because, like, you know, this is going to be memorialized into the internets forever. What you've been doing this just long enough for the compass to stop spinning, right? I'm going to start with you, Alexis. What are your hopes, goals, dreams for the future as you progress in your career here at Longview? Please.
Honestly, starting out, I was like, okay, I'm going to be in this department. I want this department. Then while you're in academy, you learn about a new class. It's a new chapter. Like, oh, okay, I might go to traffic. And then you start your field training, and then you see the other officers interact. And it's like, oh, I might go to code. So you're going to constantly change your mind. And I have changed my mind several times. But at this point of where I'm at, I just want to motivate as many people as possible. Let people know about the organization, how great it is, and just try to touch and save as many people as possible.
I want to be clear. We didn't coach that answer.
No,
That
we
was-
did not. That was
a
an
native
incredible answer. Yeah.
What? Okay. So, have you had an opportunity to interact with officers from other agencies?
Yes, I have a few friends that's in other agencies in Houston and everything like that, but it's nothing compared to here.
I'm just curious because I love hearing about different perspectives. I love different perspectives, right? Because it's easy to get wrapped up in like what I perceive. This is my reality. This is how it is in my life. But I love hearing how it is that certain things have impacted you or made you feel a certain way. What is it that you think is different here than maybe other places?
Well, here, I honestly feel like I can just go up and talk to anybody. Everybody here, you can easily, you know where their office at. You know how their face look. They know you by your first name or last name, maybe even both. And that started from when we was in the academy. We used to have chief, cap.
Just to make your point, that was the chief looking through the window, giving us the googly eyes, and making fun of us.
Like, everybody here is very interactive. They gonna talk to you. It's not like they are robots.
Right.
So it make you feel like, hey, this is my new home. And for me, moving 3 hours away, this is my new home.
Yeah, you dropped everything and moved up
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
I did. So I think it's the family of the department.
Good. All right, your turn. No pressure. She gave by far that's like a level 10 boss answer.
Yeah, I'll see if I can give you.
I'm
pretty
gonna
good
clip
answer.
that and use it on social media because that was a fantastic answer.
So, yeah, I agree with her. You know, whenever you're out on the streets or in FTO, you see different agencies and different departments out there. You know, you get to work with traffic on a big accident. You know, you get to work with, say, SIA, which is Special Investigations Apprehensions Unit. You get to work with Code, County Organized Drug Enforcement Unit. You get to work with all these, and you really get to see the difference that each and every one of them make. Starting out, I said I wanted to do SIA. I'll never forget it. And I think after what I've seen and continue to see, I think I'm kind of still on that same path. You know, it's kind of a hard one for me to get over. I really, I love the quality work and the areas that they work. It is absolutely kind of what I signed up for, and that's kind of what I'm shooting for.
That's awesome.
It's good to know. It's so I had listened to this podcast, and the guy was talking about like if you have goals, it's important. So and I did this, and we have an officer here, Drew Allison. Y'all know him, right? And he does this thing every year, talking about goals, and he has 25 things that every year after Christmas he writes down that I want to be, do, or have.
Oh.
And if you don't write it down, it's not real, right? It's intangible. I can't see that. And after Drew told me that years ago, I've always made it a point after Christmas, you know, kids are playing with their toys and, you know, everybody's trying to sleep off the turkey that we've eaten, right? I make it a point to get out a piece of paper and reflect back on the previous year at my 25 things and then look forward to the new year, because once I've got those written down, I can figure out what does the path look like for me to get from where I am to number one, where I am to number two.
Right.
And that was always a big thing. And then the reason I'm always big about asking you about the future is what's the saying go? Goals without a plan is just a daydream or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So always made it a point to have a 1, 3, 5, 10, and 15-year plan, right? And so I would encourage you guys, write those things down.
Right.
I do it every year. I want to be, do, or have 25 things. It might be a new car, right? It might be something simple like that. It might be, I want to learn how to be a photographer, or I want to learn pottery, right? So I'm going to establish what those goals are. But that's why I wanted to ask you about those. I would encourage you, write those things down. Because Captain Lair, which we had him on a couple episodes ago, he says that you only need two things to be successful at any job, and you are in total control of both of them. It's attitude and effort. And after hearing that, and then I look back, you can absolutely see that is 100% accurate. I'm not a brainiac, but if I come to work with a good attitude and give 100% effort, anything that I want to do is within reach. And I would definitely say write those things down if you know where you want to go. And then your 25 things might be like, hey, I want to learn more about this organization or this unit or the way that this job works. And I think that definitely turns it from a dream to a plan. I know what I need to do now. That's pretty awesome. What else do you want to hit?
Oh, I just kind of want to go back to what Peace was talking about. He said he loves getting out and talking to the people in Longview. And both of you guys, when we asked why you want to come to Longview, you said, both of y'all said, well, everyone says the people here is great. It's just funny to me that they both said that. And then he says, yeah, I love getting out and talking to people. I think that just says so much about our department as a whole, because we love getting out in the community and talking to our community.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that we've talked about it before. Me and Rocket used to go buy 2 hot and readies from Little Caesars and just go randomly stop with a group of people and like, hey, y'all want some pizza?
Wow.
It was great.
And
we did it it was every Wednesday or something like that. We would just go buy 2 hot and readies and just go make some friends with strangers.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was like the polar opposite of what our parents told us to do. Don't talk to strangers. Well, Mom, I didn't just talk to him. I bought him pizza too. And I can't tell you how much that did for us. It was the greatest thing ever.
It was. It built a lot of relationships. Like some truly good friendships with just genuine people that you wouldn't even think about otherwise. Our job gives us the ability to go out and interact with people in such a different way than you've ever experienced before. And there's a lot to be said for taking that step and getting out of your comfort zone and just going to meet people who may not be in the same situation that you are, live a completely different life, but you have that opportunity right in front of you, and you can gain so much from that. It's great. Yeah.
And then it was funny because the guy that we built a pretty good relationship with, he just retired.
Yeah. He was retired like last month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, that is one of the things that I think that you're right is a big deal here. Is just like go talk to some people.
Yeah.
What else do we want to hit?
You
got any real bangers you want to drop?
I can tell you, I'm so pumped that y'all are both on my shift. I really am. It's I don't know. It's cool to me. Like I said from the beginning, like seeing where y'all started out and then to where you are now. It's, I don't know, like a little bit of Papa Bear in me, that we get to go full circle with it. And I don't know, it's been a great experience for me, and I hope y'all enjoyed as much as I have.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
It's a breath of fresh air, I know, on our shift to have new faces. Because the day shift, every time we sign up for shifts as patrol officers, it's all by seniority. So you've got people who have been here for quite a while for the most part who are on the day shift patrol. And then as we have vacancies fill up, when we get people out of the academy and done with field training, we just plug them into those spots. And I don't know, it's nice to have that new perspective, the fresh perspective come in and see people who are still so excited about this because, man, y'all have worked for about a year, from the time the academy started to get to where you are right now. And it's like you've finally done it. And here we go. It's time to be me,
Right.
And I don't know. I like it. It's really nice from where I sit. It's really nice having as many of y'all from that class as we have on shift. I think it turned out pretty well for us.
Bro, we're like the old people now.
I know, it's crazy.
All right. So is there anything that you want to add? How about that?
Yeah. Anything that we didn't ask that we
Yeah.
should have.
By the way, that's a great question on a call.
No, it is.
Because we think
for
we know
sure.
everything. And before I leave, I'm always like, hey, I don't know everything. So is there anything else, any questions that you think like, hey, I wish that cop had asked me just because I would love to have told them this. Like, always do that because I'm not that bright.
I'm going to have to go back to every call now. Go back and be like, hey, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, is there anything that you think I should have asked you before I left? Anything you wanted to tell me that I didn't get out of
I have to say the process of actually getting hired on. A lot of people don't know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it took me probably 3 years because I didn't know where to start. That's the sad part.
You telling me that we could have had you 3 years ago?
Yes. I looked at U of H, they course, and it was like,
Go Cougars.
yeah,
Yeah. Sorry.
almost a couple thousands. And I was like, okay, if I take this, I will not be able to work. They're not paying me. So I'm going to have to save up some money before I can go. And then there's other places where you have to find a sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's if they're willing to sponsor you. And then it's a waiting list.
Yep.
And then the other process is, are you on the correct schedule? Because some people do a fall schedule, some people do a spring schedule. So you might have to wait a year.
Right, for the academy or something.
Yes. So I know at Longview, I don't know if I just got blessed. I don't know. I'm gonna say I was blessed. But I put in my application, I got a call that same day.
Dang, we're good.
Wow.
We are
It was that
good.
simple. Like I really did. I got a call.
Who called you?
Hewitt. Hewitt called me, and then I want to say Reynolds called me probably the next week. Hey, can you come in for April 20th test?
Oh, man, that's a shout out to Fred and Eric.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, so for me, I'll never forget, I applied on March 13th of 2023, and I got a call from Fred Reynolds either the 14th or the 15th. Yeah.
Dang.
So it was very quick.
They called you that next. They waited the next
Yeah.
day on him.
Yeah.
I got a call the same day. It was
You're
that
special, I
morning. I
guess,
put in the
yeah.
application. I got a call the afternoon.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's great, though. I mean, that shows
Yeah.
that we truly want people here.
so just go online. What's the website?
LongviewTexas.gov/LPD jobs.
Nailed it.
Bro, she's about to walk her way onto like, we're going to have a third co-host of this.
You apply, and that's it. I want to say it probably took me 20 minutes to apply.
Yeah.
that
And
was
20
it.
minutes is what? If you want to work here, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a good hit on Instagram.
One.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
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 20 minutes could save you a lifetime of unknowns.
That's right.
And actually, we've made
Just
it
apply.
easier. So you can text Join LPD to 903-912-6975, and you can start the application process on there or chat with the recruiter. So we've made it even easier.
So that's a new thing that we just started like a month ago,
Yeah.
2 months ago, something like that. But yeah, all you have to do is text it to that number, and boom, you're instantly hooked up with a recruiter,
Yep.
talking back and
serious?
forth. Yep.
It's so
That
much
fast.
easier to
Yeah,
text
it is
now.
like
That's nice.
Like
Yeah.
remember our Motorola razors? You had to like you could push the buttons, like-
333-771124.
Golly. Yeah.
Y'all don't know about that, do you?
I do.
Okay.
I'm a little older.
You're a little more experienced. That's right.
Oh,
Is there
man.
anything you want to add, Rocket? You weren't here for the entire episode.
Yeah, I just honestly I want to apologize for not being here.
That's fine. It's
Sometimes
okay.
we got things to do. We just
Karen
got
and
to
I
go.
got this
so-
down.
Yeah, you do.
That's what's up.
Boom.
Oh. NBD. No big deal.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
An acronym. All right. Final thoughts. Well, he defers a lot.
He does.
Be the first one.
He's chivalrous.
See, they can't see mine. You got a whole piece of paper in your hand.
Oh, here you go.
No, it's fine. See, because I can just,
Now if she has the paper, she doesn't have an excuse.
well, they have been a great day. And
Some would say
am-
it's what?
Beautiful day.
Beautiful. Day.
Oh man,
You like that?
I
It
do.
is a beautiful day.
I'm really thankful for you guys to have me on here. I'm not gonna.
Well,
This is
thanks
fun.
for being on. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if you guys would actually want to do it, but thank you for being on.
No, I was
Yeah.
It
nervous.
was really
Yeah.
good to get y'all's perspective.
I was
Yeah,
nervous.
he was like, hey, by the way, you don't have plans tomorrow, which even if you do have plans, cancel them. But be here at 1:30, and you're gonna be on the podcast. I was like, our podcast? He's like, yes, our podcast. Be here. I was like,
So you didn't
No
know
way.
last week?
Yeah, so tell him what you really said. Tell him what you really said.
that's exciting.
That's right. He
That's
was
what I
pretty
said. I
fired
was
up
pretty
about
excited.
I'm
being here.
glad you're
'Cause
excited
I
to
listen
be
to all of
on.
them,
Really? Thank you so much for listening.
Fan. Number one fan. Go ahead, P.
The podcast is like my favorite thing that I get to do. Obviously, I love everything else, but I'm
Right.
like, I love the podcast. So I'm glad you like it and wanted to be
it's
on.
pretty cool that we can get to do one because I mean I don't know any other departments that do one.
Yeah,
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm sure there's some out there that do. No, it is fun to do. I enjoy this.
I enjoy it. And I like that the public are kind of getting a different perspective on the department, you know?
Yeah.
Perspective matters.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do have some
I'm good.
closing remarks.
Okay.
Did you guys have anything else to add? Okay, I just have some stuff coming up. Like we mentioned earlier, we are hiring. You can text Join LPD to 903-912-6975, and you can chat with the recruiter through that. And then you can also submit your application on longviewtexas.gov/LPD jobs. We're having testing events coming up. If you're not in Longview, check where we'll put them out on social media. Check where it's going to be, and if that is a closer drive for Longview, then you can get your physical testing and then also your written testing done.
Cool.
That's nice.
And also, if you're already certified, we have a lateral entry program
Yes.
that you should look into. We're definitely looking to hire new recruits as well as already certified officers here, too.
That's right.
I have to mention this because I'm already working on stuff for this. The National Night Out kickoff event is Tuesday, September 3rd, and then National Night Out is Tuesday, October 1st, and it's a long time away.
Mark your calendars now.
But
though.
mark your calendars because it's great events. It's a great time.
Put an appointment in Google.
Yes.
Yep.
And also I have to mention that Carrie is in fact my favorite co-host because you got those night shift drone shots for me.
This is
That's
twice I've been thrown completely under the bus.
I'm sorry.
It's not that you're not a great co-host.
It's just that he got those shots for me.
Yeah. Hey, I will say this: have y'all been doing that? Have y'all experienced the glory and fun of National Night Out?
We did not.
Boo! I hope y'all are here. Yeah, well, they're gonna be.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
they
they're gonna be.
This will be the first National Night Out that I miss.
Where are you going to be?
What?
I'll be in College Station at
What?
Leamet.
Ah,
Anything else?
I don't think so.
beautiful day.
It really is.
It is a beautiful day. Thank you so much for listening. Thank y'all for being on. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.